Sometimes your life keeps moving, but emotionally, part of you stays somewhere else. You go through your routine. You work. You answer messages. You talk to people. You continue living. But certain memories still feel close. Certain moments still feel unfinished. And without fully realizing it, your mind keeps returning to the same emotional place again and again. Not because you want to live in the past, but because something inside you never fully left it. You tell yourself it should not matter anymore. Enough time has passed. Life has changed. People have changed. Maybe even you have changed. And still, part of your mind reacts as if the experience is not completely over. A conversation, a mistake, a relationship, a loss, a version of yourself you never fully stopped carrying. And that is what makes it confusing. Externally, your life may continue moving forward, but internally, something still feels suspended, as if one part of you kept living past the moment, while another part remained emotionally there. Most people think moving on is only about time, but time does not always resolve what the mind never emotionally processed, because the mind does not only remember events, it remembers emotional states, the fear, the regret, the attachment, the longing, the version of you that existed before something changed. And when an experience never fully settles inside you, the nervous system can keep responding to it as if it still belongs to the present. That is why certain memories can still affect your body years later. Not because you are weak, not because you are choosing to stay there, but because emotionally the experience still feels incomplete. Sometimes the mind returns to the past because it is still trying to solve something. It replays conversations. It imagines different answers. It revisits old decisions. It searches for the moment where everything could have gone differently. A different word, a different choice, a different ending. As if understanding it deeply enough could finally make it stop hurting. This is where overthinking often begins, not as random thought, but as an attempt to create closure. The mind keeps returning because it believes there is still something there that has not been resolved, something that was never fully understood, something that never felt emotionally safe, something that still feels open. And as long as the experience feels open, part of your attention remains attached to it. After enough time, the present can start feeling strangely distant, not because nothing is happening, but because so much emotional energy is still connected to what happened before. Part of you remains in old conversations, old regrets, old fears, old versions of yourself. And slowly, the present begins to feel less vivid. New moments pass, but they do not fully reach you. Good things happen, but they feel muted. You are there physically, but emotionally part of you is somewhere behind you. This is why being stuck in the past can become so exhausting. You are not only remembering, you are dividing your emotional life between what is happening now and what never fully ended inside you. Sometimes, the hardest part of moving on is not the memory itself. It is the identity that formed around the memory, a relationship that changed how you trust, a loss that changed how safe life feels, a mistake that changed how you see yourself, a phase of life that became tied to who you think you are. And without noticing it, the mind begins organizing itself around that experience, the way you protect yourself, the way you expect things to go wrong, the way you hold back. the way you avoid feeling that same pain again. At that point, you're not only carrying the past, you're carrying the version of yourself that was created by it. And that is why letting go can feel threatening, because part of you is not only releasing a memory, it is releasing an identity that once helped you survive emotionally. This is the hidden reason moving on can feel so difficult. You may not be attached to the past because you want it back. You may be attached to it because your nervous system never fully learned that it ended. The event ended. The relationship ended. The phase ended. The moment passed. But emotionally, something inside you still waits for resolution, for safety, for understanding, for a version of peace that never arrived at the time. And until that tension softens, the mind keeps returning there. Not because you are broken, not because you are incapable of change, but because part of you is still trying to finish what your emotions never finished. And maybe that is why you still feel stuck in the past, not because you failed to move forward, but because some part of you is still carrying a place where you never felt fully free, a memory, a feeling, a version of yourself, a moment that ended in time, but not inside you. And moving on does not always begin by forcing yourself to forget. Sometimes it begins by realizing that the past still has emotional weight because something there never felt complete. You're not weak for still feeling it. You're not behind for still carrying it. But maybe now you can begin to see it more clearly, not as who you are, but as something your mind has been trying to understand for a long time. If these videos help you better understand your thoughts, your emotions, and the hidden patterns behind your behavior, subscribe to the channel. New videos every week.